And welcome to the Audiophile Barista Weekly vlog number 94, where I talk about coffee, audio and other things that keep me busy. And today I say let's play some music, let's make some coffee, and first start with the coffee. And there you have it. This is my wonderful cup of coffee, making a cappuccino like the way that I just showed you. Now this looks like a mess, of course, but this thing, the Muka Express, is like a mocha pot that I've shown you before. And this has an addition, as you can see on top here. Let me turn that around. Push for cappuccino. And that is what it does. So how does it work? Well, this thing on top here is very heavy. So if you push it down, when the water starts boiling and the coffee wants to get up, the pressure will get higher and higher because of the extra weight, something that the normal mocha pot does not have. It can flow unrestricted. But this pressure buildup will, let me turn this around, translate to, can I show this? I don't. I have to clean it. Wait. So what you can see over there, this extra device, this thing over there that goes from the top to the bottom, that has a little hole in it and it's pointing to the side. So when it finally releases, because the pressure becomes too high for the weight that is on top, it releases with pretty a lot of force, and because it is in there on an angle, it will throw air into the milk and make some kind of cappuccino. Now, to be honest, this is not my favorite. I don't really think this is a good cappuccino, but I love the way it works and I love looking at it. It's always pretty nasty to clean it after that, but this is a pretty interesting device. So that's what we were using today, and that's what I'm drinking today. Okay, so let's play some music. Let's go downstairs. Well, what do we have here? Oh look, it's the big ones, the SYNN loudspeakers that I've been talking about. Another thing that I don't really like, but if you remember, there was something wrong with one of the drivers, and as all the things that I need to fix, it took me a long time, but here's what I did. Okay, so a lot of time has passed by and I still need to repair this loudspeaker, and I don't know why I'm so scared of doing these little things. It should be easy, but let's see if I can do it today. So what was the thing? This loudspeaker, this driver, I noticed that this surrounding was very loose. So I have some glue for especially this job. Okay, so on closer examination, from the tape over here until the tape over here, this part is loose, and then there's a little bit loose also over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this part, making sure that that is fixed, then maybe loosen up a little bit this side and glue on this side. And the reason I want to do it in two parts is to, if I make everything loose, gluing it back again may have the problem, the danger of going off center with the loudspeaker, and it is centered right now. So that's what I'm going to try. So I'm using this screwdriver to keep the surrounding up so I can glue more easily. So I have applied pressure to all of the surrounding, and now I have to let it dry. It says read the manual on the bottle of glue, but it didn't come with a manual, so I don't know how long it will have to take, but let's just give it some time. Okay, so as you can see, this is the loudspeaker that I've repaired, and I've been playing it now for a few days, trying to let it play louder and louder all the time to see what is happening, and everything stays nice and neatly in place. It is connected to the Nakamichi amp and I have my Nakamichi cassette deck and CD player playing. Oh, as you can see, it is still playing. Let's turn on. Okay, so now that I've been playing them for a few days, maybe if they were defective all the time, maybe hearing them for the first time like they should be. You know, these things are okay for in the office, but this is not really something special, not very transparent, so a lot of things are wrong with it. But the amazing thing is that even though these things are higher than that I am, taller than that I am, their footprint is so small that you can place them almost anywhere. If you see the video of my office tour, they have the perfect spot in the perfect color setting for my office. So that is where they will go, and now they can be used again. I got these very cheap. This was a good investment. I'm happy with it. Okay, so there's one other thing that I would like to discuss with you. Go a little bit back because this is such a small room. I'm standing outside the room to even be able to film everything. This is my lazy chair, and the thing is that I can turn it like that. So the interesting thing is, if I am listening to music like I'm doing now, I can change my chair so I can sit and listen to it. If I turn them around, this is for the surround sound setup. Now my TV at the moment is upstairs because of the work that I've been done this week, and I'm using it as a monitor. But when I turn it sideways, there is another setup. So what we have here is my TV. Over here we have a Cambridge Audio AV receiver, the Azure 340R, and I like this thing. The TV is just a cheap giveaway, but it still works, and it has a SCART input also on the rear, which is handy when I want to use my Laserdisc VHS or for the old DVDs. But that's not what I'm talking about today. So the Cambridge Audio, the screen, and I'm using over there in the rear, that is an Apple TV with a weight on it because the cables kept pulling it down from the shelf. So an Apple TV, and if we zoom out a little bit more, I have these 2 Tranois to play the music with. Now this is of course an AV surround sound receiver capable of surround sound. So now I'm only using stereo, these Tranois M1s, which are pretty good for this setting. But if we look upstairs, I have another set of those, one and the other one right over there. So what I want to do, but I've been thinking, if I want surround sound, I should be able to put these on the rear wall. Now that's not going to happen because that wall is occupied with all my physical media. So I was thinking, and here's my question for you guys. If I would also connect the two other tannoys as surround sound loudspeakers, but what if I would play them all the way up there and try to have the effect and at a minimum the sounds that are in the surround sound track on the Blu-ray or on the Apple TV. Would that make any difference? Have any of you ever tried a setup like that? And one of the things that is on my wish list but I can't find on Craigslist or Marktplaats as we call it is of course the matching center loudspeaker. And if I dream even bigger, I would like to have a subwoofer from Tannoy also to put somewhere over there, maybe build a little shelf over. It's getting crowded here, but here is my AV set for the big Lin surround sound set. What if I built a little shelf over it and I could put a subwoofer from Tannoy, the matching one, on top of that and have everything connected? But the question is, would having your surround sounds, which should be on your sides, but having them up high, up front, would it make any difference? Now I'm going to try it anyways, but I was wondering if maybe any of you guys have ever tried something like that. Okay, so because this was a very full working week, this is all that I have for you today. So let's get upstairs. Let's get a little bit closer, see what's going on in Rotterdam. Today is pretty nice weather. We have been having hail and snow last week. Well, the week before that was t-shirts and shorts. So I don't know what's happening. But for today, it is dry. It is Friday. The weekend is coming up. So I say thank you for watching. I'll see you next time and have a nice weekend.